Running a business can feel like one of the biggest challenges that you may have actually crossed. And I know that that was definitely within my top five biggest things that I've had to experience through my life that helped me grow, but most importantly, helped me become the person that I am today. So today I want to talk about pursuing your passion, figuring out if entrepreneurship is the thing for you. For those of you that are new to my channel, hello, my name is Jessie. I am a corporate event planner and I have been an entrepreneur now for 14 plus years. And I love talking about all of the unsexy things about entrepreneurship on this channel. The thing is that sometimes we can experience different obstacles and hardships inside of our business or just in everyday life. And then we feel as if we're going through life alone and no one can actually relate. But I want to let you know that is definitely not the case. So today I want to really dig into the season that I am in, and I hope that it can relate or resonate with you. For the past few years, I've definitely been in a space of trying to find out what I wanted to do next. I lost my mom due to terminal cancer back in 2018. And I've been on this exploration and journey of really thinking to myself about what I want to do post grief. And I did a video on that. So I definitely will make sure to put the link up here so that you can hear my journey. Hopefully, if you have experienced it, you don't know, you know that you're not by yourself when it comes to that. But in this specific season, I have become extremely present to the fact of some of the excuses that I've made, but also I have been present to the fact that I've been allowing social media and what I see to take me off path of what I'm actually passionate about doing and the things that really matter about me. So I wanted to share some things with you that can possibly help you with looking inside of your life and within your business to see what are you building and why you're building it. So the first thing that I do recommend for you to do, and this is something I had to do, is get clarity on what do I truly find as success or what kind of meaning do I put around success. I was pretty naive to a lot of things in entrepreneurship or what other people were doing pre-pandemic. To be very honest, I was so focused on my business growing and my team growing and all the things that we were doing. And social media really didn't show a lot of people doing entrepreneurship, or I just really wasn't watching their content. So when the pandemic happened and I saw everyone's in Bali and they're getting these bags and everyone's getting all this stuff. And I was starting to look at like, what's wrong with me? And there was nothing wrong with me. As we found out, some people weren't doing things legitimately, and that's neither here or there. We're going to talk about you, and I'm going to talk about me. What I decided to do recently was do a 14-day fast. And pretty much a few days inside, I had this heart check moment where I saw this really fancy car inside the parking lot in my apartment complex. And I thought to myself, wow, that's a really nice car. And to be honest, I have never been a car person. I have always liked a Jeep Wrangler. Outside of that, I really didn't care. As long as my car was clean, it was something that I thought was nice. I mean, it was reliable. That was my criteria. But I think that there can be this pressure to think, oh, if I'm successful, I should have this type of car or I should dress this certain way. And all of those pressures can help have you in a position where you're going after things that you truly are not passionate about. So what I decided to do was get clear about like, what is my future? Like, what excites me about my future? What excites me about what I get to do? And what do I really want to do? So this fast gave me clarity on what are the things that are aligned with my morals? What are the things that are aligned with what I actually value? One of the things that I love in this specific season of my life right now is that I get to spend time with family and friends. For some people, you may not care about that. However, for myself, I know the first 10 years of my business, it felt like I sacrificed a lot to have the business, but I wasn't taking a lot of time to spend time with the people that I care about. So what I decided to do is be present to this is what's important to me. I am fine with a decent house. where I'm close enough to family or I have the financial means to go and see family and at the drop of a dime without having any issues or concerns. Plus, being able to have the finances that I can save up and invest according to what my plans are. So once I got clear about this and realizing, you get yourself a little bit distracted by the noise and social media and just got regrounded into what is important to me. The second thing that I am planning on doing is creating a vision board. Everything that I try to do, and I am nowhere near perfect when it comes to this, is I really take the time to pray, fast, allow silence so that I can hear from God. I am a Christian, and my whole walk and the whole journey of me being an entrepreneur has been really a faith walk. I want to be so clear about the calling and what God has put on my heart and feel it like it's something that's real. So I have decided that I'm going to take the time to do a vision board. This is important because again, if I am going to be consuming so much content from left and right, from all different types of other people, then I want to make sure that I am putting at the eyesight of what is important to me in some type of visual diagram. So like a nice house. A nice house to me is not a home that is 4,000 square feet with a pool. I mean, that's cool, but that gives me anxiety slightly. Single, so I don't want to be in that big old house without a husband and no kids. Again, that's my values and my moral system. So I am okay living in a Wrangler home or just a home that has two to three bedrooms. Like, so I want to be crystal clear about like, this is what I'm going after and doing photos. And here's the great thing about faith is that I am not trying to manifest anything. I am using this in a way to just have clarity about what I am motivated about and what excites me. So I think that that's something that's important because I know there's some people that believe that it's about manifestation and reality. I think that what we believe is possible and what we believe is not possible is always going to be a reflection in our actions. So if I don't believe that I can have a home or I can have X amount of money in my savings and retirement or have X amount of investments, what will happen is that I will get so consumed by the pressures of today and feel as if I am not moving forward towards my goals. So I recommend for you to take this time to create something that's going to be a visual representation of the direction that you're going so that you can look at it and get excited and fired up as to what you're going to do. The third thing that I have decided through the fast when it comes to removing distractions is really probably going to ruffle a few feathers when I say this, is that I'm going to take the time. I've actually decided that I'm going to be removing certain distractions from my life. One is that I am no longer going to be watching TV from Monday to Friday. I will allow myself to enjoy on the weekends. I know, shock, gasp. But to be very transparent, I legitimately didn't have a TV for the first 9 years of me having a business, and I did not miss it. The only reason why I had started watching TV again was because I was taking care of my mom and we would watch TV together. And then the pandemic happened and I just picked up on that habit again. And I want to get back to being a reader. I want to get back to consuming educational content, not just distractions. So that is something I have decided to do. In addition, I am putting certain blocks of time in which I can consume content on social media because, of course, we have businesses. So I still have to make time to use social media for my business. However, do I need to always keep checking to see how many followers or how many people have liked my TikTok videos or how many new subscribers have I received on YouTube? It doesn't have to be that. And I think that when we almost make these things our idols as believers, we don't make the time for quiet and we don't make the time to have discernment and how we are being led and guided through our faith. So this doesn't have to be a you thing. This is something that I am doing. So I would recommend you taking the time to look in your life to see exactly where you may be having distractions. It may be making sure you wake up at a certain time or going to bed at a certain time, making sure you put screen time blocks on it on your cell phone, whatever is going to make sense for you. I have come up with several through my current fast that it's like, okay, I can see the difference from not being on social media past 8 p.m. I'm able to actually go to bed at 10 and not feel anxious. Another thing may be making sure you're not looking at your cell phone at social media before a certain time period, or not having yourself on do not disturb at certain times. Whatever works for you is going to be something I would recommend for you to explore. Here's the thing. Your purpose is intended to impact the masses. What you are up to, what I am up to, is so much more than having money or whatever it is that you may think it is. When I am so clear about I am being used as a conduit, when I don't feel like doing recordings, or if I don't feel like making phone calls, or I am uncomfortable and I have to go to a networking event and I don't know anybody, when I'm clear about what I get to do and the people that I get to impact, I can put myself to the side so that I can be obedient in that season. God has a purpose for each and every one of us, and it's important for us to take the time to really allow ourselves to hear from Him. I decided to do this journey because I was actually thinking to leave Texas. That's where I reside right now, and go back to DC where I'm born and raised. And then I got clear about, am I wanting to go back to DC because this is where I know, or am I intended to really stay here in Texas? Through following the steps in which I've given to you, it helped me with having the silence that was necessary to check my heart and check my intentions. And I got it crystal clear that I'm supposed to stay here in Texas, at least for another year. I feel as if God has put me here in a specific season. And if I'm focused on how I can find solutions in some of the places I'm having obstacles, then it's not allowing God to do amazing works inside of my life and the business and the people in which I'm supposed to impact. So take time to have silence, take time to fast, take time for prayer, and it can look different for different people, but it's important to allow yourself the time to do so. So I would love to hear from you. Have you ever tried to fast, and what were some of the results that you have received? And I would love to have this conversation, and I will start including more content like this so that it's not always, this is how you do things behind the scenes, but this is also a heart posture conversation. This is one of the key things that has allowed for me to have the business that I have, and then also the direction that this business is heading, because I apply the things in which I'm telling you and sharing with you today. All right, so that's it for today's video. So I hope that you were able to feel some type of conviction to take the time to be silent, and we'll talk later. Peace.